so beyond exhausted. Just in this moment, I think crazy sleep last night. We're going to talk about sleeping actually today. And then I was just in podcast recordings all day, just interviews all day, just all day nonstop talking, and I'm sick of my own voice. So, yeah, this is going to be a very nice, short, sweet video, but I do want to talk about what's happening right now for a lot of people. I can't say everyone, but a lot of people are going through and experiencing upgrades. And I believe that we are experiencing upgrades at a physical level as well as upgrades at a non-physical level. So I want to kind of explain what the upgrades are and how they're going to be affecting you and what you're going to be feeling because you're getting affected. So basically the symptoms of these upgrades. Before I begin and deep dive into it, my only, I don't know what to call it, like my only message for today is about the Heal the Grid workshop. I'm super excited. I know a lot of you have been with me on my portal battles. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Basically, it's about connecting to the consciousness grid, the collective consciousness of the planet, and helping to heal the planet, helping to increase the vibration, but then also understanding that you can gain access to certain tools too by connecting to the grid. So why rely on healers to heal the planet when we can do that? So I'm going to be teaching all of you how to heal the grid, heal the planetary grid, and we're going to be touching upon how to remote view and how to basically access that infinite amount of information from the consciousness grid around planet Earth and what it is and how it got here and all of that great stuff. So definitely check that out. That's happening April 14th. So mark it in your calendar. And for today and today only, we have 15% off the ticket, and the ticket is only $22. So it's really a no-brainer. And so you'll see the link with the 15% off posted in the live chat, and then it will be posted in the description. Of course, if you're watching this after 24 hours, don't worry, there still will be a link that's posted in the description, and you still have access to that. Yeah, and it's still super affordable. So I really want to give the power back. And then also at the end of the workshop, I will be going through a really incredible meditation, remote viewing exercise to help all of you get out of your body and really practice what it feels like to float around and connect to the grid and help the planet. So that's my greatest intention, is how do I teach all of you to do what I do, you know, and some more. Okay, so let's talk about the 3D and then the, well, really the physical and then non-physical symptoms of what you're going to be experiencing right now at this time. I think just to start off with, I would say that the world is in full chaos. There's so much happening out there. There's so much polarity. There's so much projection. There's so much uncertainty that it's like, you know, as we know, we are in this huge battle between light and dark. And as much as the dark side is really trying to push their agendas, push their fear, push their distraction, push that uncertainty, I also truly believe that there is another side of things. And I believe that individuals like our spirit guides or the Galactic Federation or the white hats or just source frequency itself, you know, in the universe is really trying to support us at this time. And for those of you who have been asking for it, for those of you who are ready, you are currently getting upgraded. So I think a lot of people are currently getting upgraded at this time and are essentially moving into this higher frequency. But it's not all butterflies and rainbows when we get upgraded. Upgrades can be really exhausting. So I feel like we're kind of all getting to this place where we need this like white light army. on planet Earth. We need as many of us as possible at the highest vibration as possible. And so that's why I feel like a lot of us are getting pushed to upgrade at this time. So, to talk about the physical upgrades, essentially a physical upgrade will be affecting the foundations of your life. Your job, your living situation, your romantic relationships, but also other relationships. And what else? Like things like your financial situation, your transportation, your family life, all of those things are going to be really pressured during a physical upgrade. And I know a lot of you right now at this time are on the edge of a cliff. This is actually exactly what I channeled the last coaching call on the 22nd. It was super profound. And basically what came through is that so many people are on the edge of this cliff in a really positive way. You're ready to jump, you're ready to take action, you're ready for this brand new cycle. You're ready to reprogram your mind, you're ready to heighten the vibration of every element of your life, but you don't know where to go, you don't know when to take the leap, you don't know what's going to happen, and the fear as well as the comfortability of the old programming is keeping you stuck. So right now, a lot of you, and please comment below, shoot out a chat if you feel this way. Do you feel stuck? Do you feel stuck in your physical reality? And maybe out of your 5 foundations, you're like, check, 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 check. But no, that 5th foundation is I'm really suffering with my career, but everything else is great, right? So, okay. So there are individuals who contract everything, all of your foundations to shift all at once. And I've experienced both. And then there's those of you who have experienced or are experiencing only one foundation to shift at a time. Like I said, I've experienced every single foundation shifting all at once, and I've experienced the slow shift. They both have their pros and cons. Here's what I want to say. Ever since, I almost guarantee this, ever since 2018, 2019, I want you to think back to that, all right? Ever since 2018 or 2019, you've been getting messages. You've been getting signs. Maybe you've been getting red flags. And all of these signs and all of these messages and all of these red flags are saying, hey, 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 you, yeah, you really should change this thing because it's not serving you. And then 2020 hits and you're like, oh my God, I definitely can't change that now because everything else is changing. So I'm gonna actually grip onto that more. And you're at a point now where it's so bad, and it's probably not the case for everyone, but what I'm trying to get at here is when you refuse to listen to the signs in your life telling you that you need to change or shift something, especially in the physical, and you don't listen to them and you don't choose to change because of fear, because of attachment, because of uncertainty and the unknown, at a certain point in time, you will no longer have the choice to change it. It will just change. The rug will literally be pulled from underneath you. And that sucks because it feels like you're lacking free will. It feels like you don't have control over your life. That's what it feels like, and it sucks, So that's okay. That is totally okay. If you haven't listened, you're probably either in a position where you're like, that's me, I haven't listened, and there's something that really needs to change. If the rug has not been pulled from underneath you yet, I want to say, please change it. Please, because you're taking your power back over your own contracts, over your own reality, and you are choosing to change that thing on your own volition, your own free will, okay? Not that the contracts are against your free will, because you wrote those contracts and eventually that thing needs to change anyway, because it's not serving you. So I have homework for all of you. In your own notebooks, maybe in your phone notes or whatever, scrap piece of paper, something, I want you to write down, maybe after this video, I want you to write down a list of any person, anything, any interaction, any foundation in your life that is not lighting you up, that is not serving your highest vibrational frequency. And if you're like, I don't know what that means, that it lights me up, it means that you never have a negative thought about it. Now, never is a really strong word, and yeah, there's always challenges and frequencies and whatever, but it's almost like you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I love my job. I love what I do every day. Oh my God, I love my relationship. Even when you have shitty days, I love my relationship. This is amazing, okay? That's what I mean when it lights you up. What in your life right now doesn't light you up? Because what's happening is it's lowering your collective vibration. And what happens when you lower your collective vibration is you get blocked, you get stuck, you get limited and held back from manifesting other things because you're keeping yourself safe. Okay? So what's happening with a physical upgrade right now is you will be either prompted to change all foundations in your life or prompted to change at least one foundation that really isn't serving you in your life because everything else is pretty aligned. Okay? If you're literally listening to this video and you're getting called out right now, then it's time to make a change. This is the answer that you've been asking for right here, right now. And I have advice for you on how to change the energy because it can be really difficult. I do want to mention before I get into this advice, I'm not a big supporter of all or nothing because it's so polarizing. And in fact, doing the all or nothing method is extremely, it triggers survival tendency. So if you're like, I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job, I'm not telling you to quit your job and just figure it out. Not at all. Make small changes in your relationship with your job so that you create the space and the new perception in a heightened vibration that will allow new opportunities to come in. If you already know what those new opportunities or directions are based on the foundations that you need to change, then what you need to do is you need to balance both of them. It's not get rid of your shitty job and just figure it out. It's continue the 9 to 5, continue the foundation that isn't working, and start taking action on the new energy. And you will find that you're flipping between the 3D and the 5D, or the old reality and the new. And thank you so much, Emerald, for that beautiful super chat. I love the 3737. This is the universe calling you out. All right? It's time to make that leap. So here are the symptoms. Are you ready for it? Here are the symptoms that you're going to be feeling when you are being prompted to upgrade your physical reality. Unsure, and not just unsure about the big things, unsure about everything. Overwhelmed, like massive amounts of overwhelm. Once again, not overwhelmed about the big things, like overwhelmed about everything. Everything's a trigger, everything's an overwhelm. Hitting a wall, if you feel like, boom, I just keep hitting this wall and I don't know why. And then also repeated cycles. If you keep repeating the cycle, like, wow, like I'm really attracting the same person in a dating situation over and over and over again, it's time to stop that direction. FYI. All right, here are the 4 pieces of advice that I have for you, those of you who are going through that physical upgrade. All right, advice number 1 is step back. Step back from the foundation, step back from your life, step back from the person, step back from the drama, step back from your job, and I'm talking about at an energetic level, okay? Let go of, my job is everything to me, and if I lose my job, I lose my livelihood. Let go of the attachment or the contracts or the conditions or the rules or the entanglement that you've created with these things in your life. It's probably why you haven't been listening. It's probably why it still doesn't serve you and it's still in your life. All right? So step one is step back. Step two is hold the highest intention. Whether it be a relationship or a job or a family situation or a relationship with finances or all of the above or your living situation, okay? What do you want? Now, on one end, you can literally ask for the ideal job that you want. I want to be an HR exec at a big bank. I don't know, right? You can ask for the specific thing that you want, but I don't want you to limit yourself. Maybe there's a way better job that you didn't even know how to position out there for you, okay? So once again, you can have the actual physical thing in mind if you want, but what I really recommend is have the highest intention for what you want at a vibrational level. What do you want in your job? Not what job do you want. What do you want in your job? I want financial freedom. I want freedom in my time and my schedule. I don't want to work under anyone, and I want to be giving back to humanity. Okay? Cool. Awesome. That's what you want. That's what you need to focus on. Set your highest intention for the new foundation. Okay? Step one, step back. Step two, set your highest intention. Step three is bring gratitude into each of the dynamics of your physical reality in order to transmute it from a low vibration into a higher one. Like a job is a great example, and I know a lot of you are struggling with a job and a lot of other foundations, but think about a job. Like you spend 40 plus hours a week doing this thing. And if you don't like your job, or you don't like the people that you work with because you're disrespected, or any of the above and more, okay, then what you're doing is you're spending 40 hours of your intention and focus a week thinking about how much this thing doesn't serve you, thinking about how shitty this position is, or how much you're getting underpaid, or how much you're being disrespected. What happens is your focus on the lower vibrational thoughts keep you stuck in that position, because when you focus and think about something, you project it, and that projection comes back as a vibrational frequency, and it matches, guess what? It matches the vibration of your current position. So what you're doing is you're observing your current position. Through the observation, you're recreating the vibration of your current position, and you're locking yourself into that reality. Not to mention, if you say exit your job without changing your perception or mindset behind it, because you're like, screw this, I'm out, you're just going to attract another job, another situation, another living situation that's going to repeat the same exact dynamic. Cool, good for you. You changed your physical reality, but because you didn't change your mindset around it, you're still learning the same lessons and you're still attracting the same frequency. So, find an element, just one small element of the foundations in your life to appreciate. Well, you know, every element of my job is shitty, but it does give me a paycheck, and that allows me to barely scrape by and pay the bills, but it's a paycheck, and I'm grateful for that. And there's a lot of people who don't have jobs out there. The more you focus on what you have within these foundations, the more you raise your vibration in the foundation, the more that foundation does not vibe with what you are focusing on, which means it will naturally leave your life and you will step up to a higher foundational frequency. Why? Because you changed your perception. You don't have to know where you want to go, how it's going to happen, when it's going to occur. You just have to change your perception around it and within it. Okay? Find one thing about your misaligned foundations to focus on. All right, cool. And step number 4 is take the leap. I said, just wrote down here, action creates movement. Action creates movement, and movement creates manifestation. Action creates movement, and movement creates manifestation. If you're feeling stuck, if you're repeating the same cycles, if you're hitting a wall, take action. Take a small step forward. Make a different choice. Okay? Okay, good. Hopefully that resonates with you. Sorry, I got a little heated. Because I just feel like you guys need it, you know? I feel like this is like, you know, the shake in the right direction. This is the intervention. This is why it is getting heated. All right? Okay. So let's move on to vibrational upgrades. Okay, so maybe you're sitting there and you're watching this, you're like, EA, none of this resonates because I have changed everything in my life, and I have changed my job and my living situation, my financial situation, my relationship situation, my family situation, my friend dynamics. All of that has changed in the past 3 years. And to you, I say, congratulations. All right, fantastic. You're on the other side of it. And hopefully, for the most part, all of you will be on the other side of it by this time next year. But it does not prevent you from experiencing vibrational upgrades. And yeah, it's hitting us hard right now. Upgrades are great. Upgrades allow us extrasensory abilities. Upgrades allow us to experience things like time, manifestation differently, right? Upgrades are awesome when they're over. So here are some of the vibrational upgrade symptoms that you're going to feel at this time specifically. Okay. Exhaustion. Oh my God, the exhaustion has been like, you know, there's like days or like weeks where I feel really good and I feel like I could just, like a little freaking worker bee, you know, I could just buzz around indefinitely. And then there are days that like just feel like I could sleep all day. And I feel like today is totally one of those days. And there's a reason why you feel so exhausted. There's a split reason. It's probably a bit of both. And I've talked about the one before. So one reason you feel so freaking exhausted right now is because you're an empath, you're naturally open, you are too open to the world's energies, or maybe your family's energies, or maybe your neighborhood's energies, or whatever, and you're taking on that chaos and that upheaval in the world, the shifting energy of the world. That's exhausting in and of itself. Another reason why you might be exhausted is because your natural state of being is in a higher vibration, but then your work, your foundations, your living situation, your roommate, your partner, whoever is at a lower vibration, and all day long you're just flipping back and forth between high and low vibration. That's probably a part of the exhaustion that you're feeling. And then also, so basically, like when we end up getting upgraded at a vibrational level, it takes a lot of processing power. So think about it this way. You know how your computer like goes through a software upgrade or whatever every once in a while, but it usually has to shut down and then the fan's spinning and it's, you know, and it takes all night or whatever, or, you know, it used to take hours and hours. That's what's happening to you is a lot of your energy is going into vibrational upgrades, and it takes a lot of processing power. So one of the other symptoms that I've been really noticing during these upgrades in the past couple of weeks is that my freaking mind will not stop running. It's ridiculous. It's driving me nuts. I am not used to it at all because I'm so good at just getting into meditation, going into trance, like letting go of the chaos mind. So what happens when we're getting vibrational upgrades is you will have extremely vivid dreams, and you will have a tendency to wake up multiple times throughout the night. Now, nighttime and sleep is the perfect time for an upgrade to take place. Why? Because your ego mind or your conscious mind is not actually focusing or getting distracted on this physical reality. So you have more processing power to bring in the upgrades, to bring in the information. But the problem with that is your systems need to cool off. So a lot of the times when we wake up multiple times at night, we get really sweaty and really hot, or we feel really, really cold. Those are all symptoms of having and going through upgrades. When we wake up multiple times in the middle of the night, it's actually giving our mind and our energetic system a break when we bring our consciousness into awareness. Like, it's funny how waking up is the break from the upgrades at night. So waking up multiple times is that. Then when you wake up multiple times and your mind is immediately 100% active, and it's just, and you're thinking about this and you're thinking about that, and you're like, I don't even need to think about this, but I'm thinking about it, and I'm solving problems, and I'm finding things that I've lost. It's insane. I had that all night last night. All night. I'm like, waking up multiple times. I'm fully activated at like 1 a.m. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm doing meditation. I'm doing breath work. I'm doing everything you could have ever imagined in the book to like calm my mind, and it's not going away. Then I had this whole download, which is why I'm talking to you about it today, which is this is a part of the system upgrade. This is a part of the software upgrade, okay? So it's very common for all of that to happen. Having extremely vivid dreams at the same time is a way in which our subconscious/conscious mind is trying to process and understand the information coming through. The thing is, it's so much information, it's so much of an upgrade that you just simply will not understand it at a conscious level. It'll all come out in due time, okay? But it's at a very deep level that it's coming into your body. So those are some of the symptoms. A couple of the other symptoms I find anyway are extreme hunger and lack of appetite. Like, it's really funny. In the past couple of weeks, I've been either A, eating everything in sight, and today was the same thing. I'm like insatiably hungry. Like, I'm so hungry. I just had lunch. I just had like ramen noodles or whatever, and I'm still like starving. I'm like, this is weird. And then there are literally days where I'm like, I want to fast. So there's days where I eat everything in sight, and then there's days where I'm like, I'm not going to eat it at all today, and I'm just going to, drink fluids, right? So I have advice for you if you feel like you've been going through physical and vibrational upgrades, and my heart goes out to you because like I feel it, and it's exhausting. It's a lot, but it's good in the long run. So. Here are my 3 steps for advice, okay? 1, healthy boundaries. Part of the problem, part of the reason why you're so damn exhausted is because you're taking on too much energy from other people. Cut cords, create healthy boundaries, separate yourself from the rest of the world, separate yourself from your friends and family members at an energetic level, and just create healthy boundaries, okay, is what I recommend. Self-preservation in a very positive way. Step number 2 is listen to yourself. And I know it's tough when we all have obligations, and a lot of you have families to take care of. Like, I couldn't even imagine having babies at this point because it's so crazy. It'd be like a lot. It'd be like extra on top. But what I recommend is listen to yourself. If you feel tired, take a nap. If you feel hungry, eat. And don't feel guilty for eating everything in sight. Know that that's what your body needs, okay? Listen to yourself, listen to yourself, listen to yourself. You know what's best for you. Don't deny yourself what you need. And if you obviously can't take a nap in the middle of the day, then go to sleep an hour earlier, and really just listen to your body, okay? And then step number 3 is really like ground yourself, because a big symptom of also upgrading yourself at a vibrational level, which I forgot to mention, is new psychic abilities. I know a ton of people right now who are like going into the bathroom and like opening a portal in the mirror and like getting into a past life or some crazy stuff, and they're like, I gotta go to work, in an hour. Like, what's happening here? It feels like I'm on some sort of crazy acid trip. And what I have to say to those people is like, really take your time to ground, take your time to close yourself off from that world if it does become too overwhelming. A lot of you are empaths, a lot of you are feeling too much. Take your time to ground, take your time to ask yourself what you need to get more in your body and to feel more aligned. Okay? Other than that, I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. Definitely check out the Cosmic Society membership. Our community is growing. The chat every Saturday is happening. The forums are incredible, and it's really nice to provide a space for everyone, not to mention epic brand new content pretty much every single week. So if you want more EA and you want to binge watch all of the old YouTube videos, it is in the Cosmic Membership Society, okay? And you can sign up for free, poke around, check it out. I think the free membership has around 100 videos that you can access, which is a lot. And then as you get up in the membership, there's like up to 700, almost 800 videos that you can access. So please check that out. I am slowly but surely getting away from other social media platforms and really just focusing my attention on something that is encrypted and censorship free and a safe place for everyone. And then, of course, 15% off the Heal the Grid workshop, where I teach you how to remote view, how to connect with the grid, how to connect with yourself, and how to amplify that frequency and also download the frequency from within. All right, 15% off today only for the next 24 hours. And other than that, I will see all of you, if not on the Cosmic Society, next Monday for another epic live download. Bye for now, get some rest, eat a bunch of food or none at all, and ultimately listen to yourself, because you know what you need. Take the leap of faith. This is your time for action and to start living your best life, because you deserve it.